Alright, YouTube, so at last I've watched Maul, Shadowlord, episode 3, or chapter 3, I should say, and it's a little shorter than the first two episodes, but I absolutely loved it. It had a lot of interesting things going on and a lot of cool action, especially towards the end. Like I said in the previous two, since these episodes are short, I can't promise to be spoiler free, but I will do my best to not give out too much about the very ending of the episodes as we go on, and that goes for this one. I'll say it ends on a really cool fight scene and definitely makes me excited for chapter 4. Circling backwards, it's also interesting to see the little dinosaur character. I'm forgetting his name, but it's really funny. He talks a lot. He's very small, and he's making a deal with the other crime syndicates that Maul is working to overthrow. It was also cool to see a few of the Mandalorian characters or Mandalorian armor characters. I don't really remember which branch of Mandalore they came from or if they were truly Mandalorians, but they have the armor, so I'll just call them Mandalorians for the sake of calling them Mandalorians. And speaking of which, I am excited for Mandalorian Grogu this Friday, so I'll talk about that another time though. And it's interesting to see the police captain and his son's dynamic, as his son is in a sports game and the police captain is finally able to show up, and unfortunately he has to leave early to go on the leads, which of the crime syndicates and the Empire. Police captain's robot assistant named Two Boots is insisting on getting the Empire, and so are some of the other people in the police force, and they're very reluctant and do not want the Empire involved, and I don't blame them. So Maul is definitely making things hell for this city and for the police captain, which makes him a very cool and intriguing character. I am curious to see where the plot goes with Two Boots, because I'm curious why he's so obsessed with calling in the Empire. I have a feeling he's like, an inside job or like a plant from the Empire, if you know what I mean. So it's definitely interesting, and it's also cool to see some of the visuals of this series. And at the very end, when it shows the new crime boss we're meeting, the layer he was in was very cool. It kind of reminded me of Bane with like the black like armor and all the green oozy slime venom, whatever it was. That was definitely fascinating. And it's also interesting to see the girl character Devin, who may become Darth Talon. Her dynamic with Darth Maul is very interesting in this series, and particularly this episode, because I do think she will eventually become his apprentice or an ally, but she's reluctant and is one of the few Jedi who survived, and Maul is kind of appalled that she kind of takes that for granted, because in his eyes, and I agree with him, that being a few Jedi that survived is definitely a good thing. So overall, great episode, a little shorter than usual. Hopefully I summarized it well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for patience, for waiting for Maul Shadowlord episode 3 review by Jones Beach. Until then, stay tuned more soon. Goodbye.